I am super excited, and already we're going to be seeing a bit of a stack in middle, actually, from Fnatic. Also, actually pushing up aggressively there. Dennis looking to take the fight. That's dangerous.
I love it. But more importantly, I just love that we get to see more Inferno. We get more opportunities to learn here, Anders. It's not every day that we get a new map like this that the teams are used to, and already shots coming through from JW. He's already held. He's done the damage. That sets it up for Flusha to take down Doja. Zeus will bring it back to a 1v2, but the damage is done, and he's already cut off from the bomb.
That's so smart play, incredibly intelligent from JW. Zeus, he has the bomb. Well, actually, he doesn't have the bomb. He's down in pit, but he's got the USP picked up, and Crims and Olofmeister are left. They've got the health. They've got everything they need to win this round. A lot of credit to JW. If we get the replay of that, I'll explain exactly why it's so smart. Zeus just isolated in the library here, trying to see if he could do anything at all. He knows the crossfire is up. He's going to have to move in, but Olof will take him down. Fnatic going to pick up the first round there. Very good job. So I can absolutely assure you, everything, every sort of intuition or every sort of like learned skill here for JW says fall back. You know, you have to fall back here because it's very dangerous. Like jump in pit. The fact that he goes for that fight is just so impressive. It's very hard to do. You just have to fight your own instincts to go for that. It works out so well.
He decides to cheat it, right? We're talking about JW, confidence plays, right? That's pure confidence right there. That's balls. That's bravery to just stand there.
Pure yoy.
Pure yoy. You're right, Anders. And I am full of yoy right now because we get more.
It's Tech9s all around here, and just a couple of smoke grenades from Gambit, which I'm curious about. Have they already come up with some cool smokes that could essentially secure a bomb plant? That'd be cool. You can't plant just as far out as you used to be able to. You used to be able to actually plant slightly on the outside of the A-bomb site. That feature has been removed. You have to actually go on to the site now. So some of those forward smokes that could sometimes cheat you a plant in on the A side is not quite going to be working. And over at B, I think you need more than 2 smokes now to reliably get a bomb plant in. But they're going to try anyway.
Straight B rush. This is a chance. Olofmeister holding close. There's the flash. A little bit late on the peak, but he does get 1 kill. Fair trade. He will get hunted down, but Crims is still there with that P2, well, that P250, that UMP to hold the line, and the spacing atrocious. Adrian way out in front, nobody there to trade.
They're on the site in a 3-on-3. Crims going to be going down. It's working out anyway. Not waiting for his teammates there. Crims just walking in to try and take the fight early on. Dennis and Flusha are left here. 2-on-3. Gambit with a perfect second round so far. Zeus gonna go for the kill on Dennis. He gets taken out, but now it's Flusha alone with a kit. That grenade landing right in his face. And how can he possibly do this? He's going to walk into a crossfire. The bomb, look at where it's planted, way out in the open. How does he do this? The pre-fire comes in. Mo going to pick up the kill. And what a beautiful round coming in from Gambit Gaming there. Absolutely love it. Now, this is very interesting. This is one of the, I think, subtle changes that people maybe haven't quite caught on to. That position from Olofmeister. Actually, I've talked to a couple of players about this already. When you get flashed in like Olofmeister did to take the peek at top banana,
right,
when he wants to fall back, there's no longer that little corner that you could fall into on the left-hand side. So he's just out in the open. You know, he has to get back faster than he did, and you can tell he wasn't ready for the timing. He thought he could just walk back.
Well, I think he just couldn't make up his mind if he was going CT or if he was going to the site. He was kind of just caught in the middle there because Crims was still alive. CT. Oh, HE, nice. Good chase there onto Olofmeister. And Adrian is really focused actually on taking control of top banana. So this is great map control here very early on into the round for Gambit. Now that they've cleared out top banana, this gives them this option. And in the meantime, they still have a man. That's Doja lurking over towards the apartments. Definitely not surprised to see Doja hanging out over there. That was pretty much his stomping ground back in the day on the old Inferno.
And a bit of a setup up there with Dennis and JW, especially with that Max 7. So got to be careful if you're Doja and you want to try and make your way in. This mid push is definitely really well timed if they're going to try and follow through on it. Dennis with the C75, he gets the 1 kill and actually spots the second player. That's not bad.
It's so, and he just backs off. He's buying so much time.
For the 5-7 as well, wasn't the C-said. Crims will be going down next in line. It's a 4-on-4 here with 38 seconds left. JW waiting in apartments. A little bit too long range there for the Max 7. And they've lost Dennis and JW 3-on-2 here. Not at all a bad situation for Gambit.
What an infuriating turn of events there for JW. He gets body blocked by that smoke as it gets chucked in. He was going for the peak, and it threw off everything. But they do find a kill. Flush with the CZ. Take down Hobbit, and now it's a 2-on-2 retake.
Zeus going to be hiding all the way in the corner. He doesn't have to worry about them having a Molotov, and that's obviously a pretty big deal. Just being able to hide safely back here. Zeus goes for the spray, and Flusher goes down as well, so Gambit managed to salvage the round in spite of a bit of a bumpy start to it. Leading us into the 4th round here. Yeah, this is not at all bad for Gambit. I think they've done a respectable job here.
No, I mean, they've definitely rocked Fnatic. They put them on the back foot. All that confidence that Fnatic had coming in from that pistol round, you know, you're thinking, oh, great start. Nope. Now it's going to get difficult, and, well, this is where that tactical mind of Zeus can come into play. How to put just as much pressure as possible on Fnatic, how to really turn the screws here. Because this is a full eco coming in from Fnatic. Fnatic had plans as well. One thing to note that we didn't point out is that JW played P250 in the 2nd round. He was saving for that op, Anders. That gives me hope. That gets me excited.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Again, if he can find the confidence to go for some of those early fights, it's going to be exciting to watch. It used to be some of the most exciting Counter-Strike just having him on this map. And, I mean, Kenny S was another player that really did so well. It's fun to see sort of, you know, mid to close range AWPing like that. Shots do go through. In case you're wondering, those that what used to be coils up there, but are now the, I guess, the storage for the missiles or whatever they are, the coffins. They're very easy to wallbang. You can shoot right through. I think you can even shoot through the USP. If you're holding that corner there and you're just sort of crouching, you can even wallbang that with the USP from the coffins. So it's going to be Zeus going down next, and now it is Dennis and JW. Not a lot that they can do in this position, and now Hobbit's just going to go hunting them with a Mag-10. Why not? It's not a bad idea.
Make the money.
Him and Adren both.
I mean, that's great. You're getting those SMG kills. So far, so good. If you are Gambit, definitely. And so now, well, hold on. There's Mo.
We found him.
We found Mo. Zeus in the middle, definitely making the calls. Hobbit to his left. The ex-god Doja on the far left there at the end of the table, in case you're wondering. So, I mean, great. We're going to get that close-up shot, but more importantly now, we're going to get the rifles from Fnatic in the 5th round. Gambit, I'm not a huge fan of Hobbit holding on to the Mag-10, but they can kind of use him as a scout in this sort of situation. It actually just plays out perfectly for him. Olofmeister clearly still figuring out the timings for those nades.
Yeah, and I think he was just, there was so much grenade sort of debris going out of there, they didn't really know what was going on, so a bit confusing. And Gambit just slowing it down. No reason not to. They've got the man lead, they've got plenty of time, and they've got Zeus as the captain, so why not just spend all the time you have? There's 2 smokes left on Fnatic at 1 minute and 10 seconds left, so just wait 30 more seconds and those smokes are probably going to be gone, and then you could do whatever you want.
Well, one of them is gone already, so you're down to JW. And, well, the rotation's already coming through. Flusha heading over to bolster the defense on that B site with Crims. And it looks like Gambit, that's where they want to wind up. Mo with the bomb and banana. Adrian working his way back. Doja going to get ready to cut off the rotation through mid if it ever comes through. And now's time. Can Crims give us some of that old magic? Flush is there to support him with the crossfire. Misses the shot, though. Zeus there to open it up, but Crims will trade.
Yeah, but that smoke going pretty deep, actually. I think that smoke might be too far back to really block off Crims if he is holding the coffins, but now it's 3 versus 4, and the 5th round here looking very good for Gambit. The B executes so well. They wait until there are no more smokes left for Fnatic, so they can't really do anything. Then they put in the Molotovs to make sure that all the likely corners are already spammed out, and Hobbit will be going down, but still, Fnatic, they have to run.
No kits. And it doesn't look like JW feels comfortable pushing through Banana at this point. There's just too little time left on this clock to work their way through and check all the angles. Question is whether JW is going to be able to survive this. However, Doja is closing in, but Doja hooks a left instead of a right. He's going up mid towards that A site. And so, interesting. Fnatic, they are really under pressure here.
Yeah, see, this is sort of part of my theory about how this map might evolve. Like I said earlier when we watched it, I don't want to make too many predictions about the map balance, but I think that B bomb side is going to be incredibly difficult to hold now because, again, you can't permanently smoke it off like you used to be able to, which was admittedly sort of slightly annoying to watch in the long run.
Right.
But now that you can't do that, if you just fall in and hold new box or orange box or even dark corner, all of those positions can be smoked off simultaneously. All of them. The whole B bomb side could pretty much be, you know, you can't occupy any position there. So how do you hold it? Maybe this is the answer for Fnatic.
That HE though. Ow. But maybe this is one of the solutions that you can have. You go early, you take the fight in Banana. I mean, they are limited on the nades, but Flusha and JW still have 2 HEs. Curious to see if Fnatic are going to turn to what we saw from North earlier on and Optic. Both of those teams were very prone to throwing the HEs early at the bottom of a mid. And that actually, I mean, the T side was taking a lot of damage because of that. Just the timing, the way it works for the CTs to get those HEs in play. You could try and herd Gambit into Banana early.
They've fallen back off Banana. I'm so confused as to why no one on the CT side has boosted up on that wall. We saw MSL playing behind the wall, right?
Yeah.
But that wall right there, if you boost the CTs up, actually, if you're standing next to the wall, you've got a very cool angle that is very hard to spot if you're coming in from the T side. So I'm a bit surprised that we're not seeing that more. Crims, another grenade raining in, landing right on him. You know, on the other side, they're setting up with the grenades. A bit of a peek out. Crims at least spots a guy out there. So slight information gain here for Fnatic. At 35 seconds, they need to make this work. And Dennis, look at the angle, just way out in the open. Couldn't really do anything. Back in the pit is JW. He gets caught with a grenade in hand. It's a Dren just opening up on the bomb side, getting the double kill. And Flusha goes down to mode. This is perfect. Gambit playing very well on Inferno. You can tell that they are definitely just well prepared for this match.
Yeah, they've got a system every step of the way. They have that HE figured out. I mean, you just saw it there from Crims and Olaf. Between the two of them, these guys are taking so much HE damage trying to control Banana. Hobbit will catch Crims peeking towards Banana. And now it's just Olaf Meister with half HP trying to save on the B site. But more importantly, you're just seeing such excellent nade use out of Gambit so far. They've got it all figured out as far as that's concerned. Clearly, they've put time in on the map. Nice lineup. Will he get the follow-up? It doesn't look like it. Olaf Meister's a dead man in any case. He's got 4 HP, and Zeus is waiting right around the corner.
Yeah, oh, that's a great headshot. Thought he was going to go down then, but you are eventually right. It will be the death of Olaf Meister and a 5-1 lead here for Gambit Gaming. This is, again, I certainly came into the major not really expecting too much out of Gambit. I realized they'd won the sort of the DreamHack winter event. Yeah. But I thought that there was going to be a definite limit, sort of a hard stop to how much Zeus could push this team.
Sure.
But at somewhere in the middle of that tournament, I started to realize, look, this is serious business. Like, this team can actually work, and Zeus actually might just be a much better captain, a much better leader than I had realized. And now we're way past that already. Like, he's showing so much here, but what a scout shot coming out of Olaf Meister. That's a way to get back into it, Fnatic. You've got the classic lineup. You've got everything you need. Now it's time to get them fired up.
That was hot. There's the shot. JW! How is this happening? Eventually he gets the kill. But that was some sloppiness there. Still, 2 picks for Fnatic to start. Dennis the only one who's gotten traded. And it looks like Gambit, they've elected to head towards that B site. There's the opening shot. Crim's taking a little bit of wallbang damage. He's got that dig. He's looking for the headshot, and he's so close, but no cigar. It's not going to happen just yet.
Yeah, you see the problem with how much damage you can do through those coffins? That's what I was talking about earlier. It's not as safe as it seems. And with the coils, you would have been slightly safer, but that is also a pretty big change to the map, in fact. Olaf Meister, did he get the tag through, or was that from CT Spawn? I'm not sure. There's a 3-on-3. They don't have a kit currently picked up on the Fnatic side, so they need to move very quickly here if they want a chance to get out. Watching behind New Box, but there's no reason why Adren would try and peek from behind there. Just wait until your teammate gives you the signal. Adren goes down now, jumping in is Flusha with the C-set, 75. He's out of bullets, gonna go for the knife, slicing and dicing, and taking down Hobbit, but he's got nothing left. He has to reload the AK that he picked up. Oh no, Flusha trying for the hero moment, and certainly did get the stabs in. I think he cut his knees off. That was brutal, but ultimately, the empty AK-47 going to be the end of him. Oh my god.
Okay, here we go. This is where it changes. Dennis and Flusha have both got HEs. They've got the rifles. And they have, well, Flusha has a decent spawn for it. Dennis chooses to go library instead, so they really aren't fans of trying to get these HEs into play at bottom mid early on, Fnatic. Bit of a sad sort of situation. Instead, it's Mo setting up for Dennis. If he were to go for that peek again early on, the pressure, or rather, the punish would have been ready. Instead, it's a double AWP setup here for Fnatic. And so JW, this is key. There's the shot, and he misses it.
Very dangerous indeed, and Hobbit going to take JW down with a shot through the wall. Again, those are all paper thin, very dangerous. Dennis, classic spray coming in, but he's very low on health. Down to 5 at the moment. Any grenade right now would pretty much take him out, and there it is. Not going to wait too much longer. Adren just canceling that fight now. It's Flusha, and he overpeaks the corner slightly and watches, well, sees 3 players of Gambit on the other side. Crims and Olof, how do you deal with this? Man, Gambit is just so well prepared for this match.
Yeah, what a shame for the timing there, Dennis. It's the perfect bank flash going off of the door there on the balcony that banks right into short, but Flusha peeked into the second one that went off. Otherwise, he could have just slain 2 players who were full blind on short, and we'd be looking at a totally different round. Instead, Mo finds the pick on Olofmeister, and this was Fnatic's last gasp in the first half. We're at 6-1 T-side now. It's just soon to be 7. But more importantly, Fnatic, they invested everything in this round. They had double up. They had the nades. Nothing is working for the Swedes.
No, I mean, absolutely not. And again, we have to sort of question, what is the answer? What are they going to do about it? Because right now, they really are playing Inferno like it was just the previous version, except they're losing control of B way earlier, and they're not really getting any information over at the A side either.
In their way to hold B, clearly you can see with Crims trying to get behind coffins with the wall banging, right? You can see like old tendencies coming through because Crims used to be lethal behind spools over there. Behind coils. I mean, he could do some sick damage, but maybe Fnatic, you know, they clearly are just kind of like counting on playing Inferno the old way without having really made too much of an effort. I mean, this team isn't exactly famous for its practice. You know, it's much more focused on individual play, much more focused. I mean, and that has been, even when they were the best, never a team that really focused on strats, much more on the individual level and that carrying them through and getting the work done. We might be seeing a case of that here.
I mean, it is an easy mistake to make, I think. And like I said, we've been seeing it on maps like Nuke, where teams just sort of say, well, we knew how to play the other version of Nuke, so let's just start with that and see what happens. I think it's clear right now that Zeus has not done that. He's definitely done the work, and he's definitely very well prepared. Fnatic just not finding much luck at all. I really want Fnatic to get up to like a good 6 or 7 rounds in this first half, because I want to see how Zeus deals with the CT side. You know, that would also be great intel to have if he solved the B problem, because I really do think it's a problem. Like you said, Crim's position is very hard to hold now. It can still be smoked, but even more than that, it can be much more easily wall banged. And then you don't have the backup smokes from Archway. So how do you deal with that, especially when they don't have the money?
We're also, I mean, we're just seeing a lack of impact happening with that A defense right now for Fnatic as well. Dennis looking shaky. Not quite as crisp as we're used to seeing him, right? JW trying to put up a fight. He's definitely taken over that apartments, but in the last round, we saw him miss 2 shots that I don't think if he was like on point, we'd see him really miss with that AWP. Missed 2 of them. That opened up the A defense, and that allowed for Gambit to play off of it onto the A site, but right now, I'm not seeing the individual level that I would expect from Fnatic, right? That's, I think, the main gripe. With the kind of like depth there is in this roster as far as pure skill is concerned, you know, like if they're not hitting the tactics that hard, it's fine because they could fall back on Crims or Olof to just hard carry, beast mode these guys. Right now, we're just not seeing it. Yeah,
in some sense, actually, the style of Counter-Strike that Zeus plays on the T side is so well equipped to deal with exactly the sort of team that Fnatic is, because they start off so slow and they're so ready for you to peek a corner. Then, you know, a lot of that individual skill is going to be harder to put into play. You know, if it was Fnatic versus, I don't know, G2 or something, I think it would be more of a brawl. But Zeus does this thing where he sort of slows down everything down to a crawl, and it's much harder to get everyone working.
It's like, look at this HE that they keep using on Crims. That's dirty. Obviously, they're trying to set up in like an older way, right? Where exactly a second one, same spot. Had Crims been holding that position again, he'd be dead. He'd have eaten 2 HEs. But Gambit right now are doing a very thorough job of making it a nightmare to hold on to top banana. Olof behind, he should get Molotov'd out. There's still 2 Molos alive here on Gambit. Oh, get wrecked, Olofmeister.
That's brutal, and Crims is just off by a pixel on that shot, but he really can't see it. Again, when we don't have the X-ray, it's just much more difficult, obviously.
He's a nightmare, though. Like, how do you hold that angle if you're just going to get shrapnelled every time?
You don't. Just go somewhere else. A bit of a trade coming into it. Crims now holding over at the B side, and actually towards Pit. This is interesting. JW is down there. He has to win this fight against Doja. If JW goes down in this Pit before the backup is there, that's going to be a big problem. Nice Molotov to buy time. Walks in, gets the headshot. That's a huge kill coming in from JW then. Another grenade coming in. He's trying to buy more time. A flashbang that's going to land in the lane itself, and he's looking for the headshot. Takes down Zeus. JW is a hero right now, holding on to the side. He leaves Mo alone with 10 seconds and nearly the triple kill for JW, but what a strong performance from him, and that will be the round. Saved by JW in the pit. That's so smart. When he throws out the Molotovs, there's like 27 seconds left, and then he wins the fight against Doja. That's just beautiful Counter-Strike.
That's the key play right there. The kill on Doja, then stays alive in pit for eternity. Look at this. That's it right there. Nobody in position to be able to trade it. He finds Zeus, but that first shot, that made all the difference. And after Gambit had done so much work on B as well.
I mean, it was a great rotation from Gambit, actually, a very smart rotation. And now look at the middle here. It's going to be an aggressive move coming out of Fnatic. They're actually fighting in second mid, and they're winning that fight big time. JW with a double kill, but now they need to fall back, and that's a problem, apparently. They can't actually get the troops back in line, and suddenly it's a 2-on-2. What a strange round.
Yeah, you hang around long enough. It's what we saw with North earlier. You hang around long enough in mid, and the terrorists at that point will just have so many angles to take advantage of.
Yeah, except I would say this is not like they had a choice on the Fnatic side. They literally just could not get back. Like, they were already in the crossfire.
You're taking that mid fight. You have no smoke down at bottom mid to block off T ramp. Your one way out is completely cut off. I mean, Doja now he's in. Wow, Olofmeister actually takes that fight.
Yeah. That does not make a lot of sense, and it puts a lot of pressure on poor old Crims.
Who's just crossing his fingers, hoping, please go A, please go A, please go A. But unfortunately, they're very quick. They're being proactive here. Zeus has already worked his way over towards the B site. That bomb should be rotating up Banana right now.
Yeah. If he had been 5 seconds earlier, Crims, he would have
Sean
caught Doja looking the wrong way. That's going to leave Relics, and he goes down to B. And a bit of a tricky 1 versus 2. Doja making damn sure to check every angle, not going to take any risks at all. And he's planning on the right-hand side of the bomb site.
Open for CT, I like it. Play off of your teammate. Zeus is going to be fairly aware of the situation soon enough here as nobody tries to rotate through CT. So that should kind of close things out. Make it pretty obvious where Crims is coming from. Longest duel of their lives, but Doja will get the spray fight in the end.
It's pretty impressive. Crims actually had the angle already coming through the smoke to take that shot. Looked like he should have done that pretty easily. Now things are looking very bad indeed. I mean, even worse for the Swedish team. We're at 8-2 favoring Gambit Gaming. The money is just not there for Fnatic, but they're going to buy anyway. They feel like, look, I mean, this is not working. We're not supposed to be a timid and scared team. Let's just buy the UMPs and hope that we can win this round. A flusher with a C-set 75. That's always bad news if you're on the other team.
Flusha and JW both.
Yes.
But Flusha, you're right. He's uncanny with the CZ. Last time he got a shank into a guy, so I mean, that still worked out, but he can definitely hit the headshots with this gun up close. Again, Gambit being very thorough, putting Hobbit forward. Seems like this is going to be one of their go-to strategies when it's in this sort of anti-eco situation. Hobbit, Mac 10, put him top Banana. Let him clear it out. If you lose a Mac 10, it's not the end of the world. And now he's in position to catch a rotation to mid. This could get nasty here for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. Fnatic have already shown that they're quite happy to peek top sort of Banana. So if he hears the flashbang come out, he can probably guess that someone's going to be following up fairly soon afterwards. It's almost a bit of a shame that Hobbit doesn't have his back turned in that corner, just because that way he would be immune to the flash and then he could just turn around once he hears it. I would almost prefer that. Now we've got the push into middle. Dennis, JW, and Flusher are on this side of the map, and they definitely need to hold on to this round. If they want any chance of coming back into this half, it starts right here.
Are they going to commit? 35 seconds left. This is starting to cut it close. We're seeing a bit of the vintage Zeus here. 30 seconds left, and they still haven't fully pushed onto the site. Not sure if JW spotted the man. It looks like he did. Dennis is there to take advantage of it. Olofmeister with the headshot on Mo as well. And JW, once again, alive in the pit. 20 seconds left. Are you out of your minds, Gambit? You can't rotate back to B now. You have to commit. You have to get onto this site.
Flusher goes down, but it's all on Zeus, Doja here alone, and he goes down. Olof will be able to get that kill, so not at all bad. Fnatic 3-8, and yeah, running it kind of close there at the end for Gambit. 30 seconds when they decided to go for the A-bomb site.
That's going to play into Fnatic's hands. At that point, that's the kind of situation where Fnatic very rarely make a mistake. Once they've got that defense set up, once they figure out the positioning, very rarely do they go for an extra peek that would allow for Gambit to get onto the site. They're just going to sit and wait for you to come to them. Very clear play. JW with a little bit of a greeting there. Unfortunately, it's just off by a second. That would have been sick if that HE connected with those two players, but it's not going to happen.
Well, this is kind of a fast push coming out of the Gambit side, actually. They're very fast up in apartments. The flashbangs are in as well. JW is going to let one guy by, but he gets the double headshot spray and goes for another one. Tries to pick up the AK. That could have been beautiful. Eventually, he will go down, but it's still a 3-on-1, and no problem here for Flusher to pick it up in the end. That was actually a bit of a shame. If we get the replay, the flashbang that comes in doesn't blind JW fully. If that flashbang had worked, that would have been a very different scenario, but great job on the Swedish players. So that one should have been like a full flash. If that had happened, he probably gets none of those kills.
Yeah, he's dead 100% there if it's a full flash. Timing was good. The spacing was good for Gambit. Just sometimes you're going to get some crazy shots, and JW, again, he's willing to deliver. Zeus, this has actually put Gambit into an eco situation. So finally, Fnatic are going to have a chance to breathe, where they can play with the nade advantage. They can have the HEs and the incendiaries. And going into the next round, it should be more of the same. They should be fully equipped. So we're finally really going to get to see what Fnatic are capable of here in this situation, where they have the utility.
Oh, do we finally have Crim? No, no one's boosted up on the wall. So it's kind of a shame. I wish that either Olaf or Crims would just try and stand up there. It's I think, fairly safe and quite a good position to be in. And Olaf can even jump. They don't even need a boost. You can just jump up there, and once the smoke is down, you can make the jump up from the barrels behind you. So you don't need any kind of boost assistance at all. It's a fairly... I think anyone can hit that jump, basically. So...
Well.
Slow push onto Banana. A lot of damage already been taken. And actually, Fnatic going to play it very defensively. I thought maybe they were going to go for the battle of the eco frags.
Not a huge fan of having Crims hold close like this versus Tech9s. He gets 2 kills, but that still could have been just a much more one-sided sort of fight. Instead, Fnatic will be able to hit the shots in the end. But it's very likely that Gambit are able to trade 1 for 1 in that sort of scenario up close with Tech9s versus a rifle like that. And then it gets dicey for Olofmeister. But individual play, once again, kind of saving Fnatic's bacon. Doja looking to catch the kill, not going to get it. JW will find him in the end. And so the anti-eco, it goes onto B site, doesn't really work out. And now we get to see what happens.
You know what else?
Gambit going for the full buy.
I think it's kind of encouraging from Gambit's point of view, and apart from the fact that they've got 8 rounds on the T side, which is cool. Adren is at the bottom of the scoreboard. He's got 7 kills, and then it's Dozier at top with 12, 10 on Hobbit, 10 on Zeus. That's very interesting because of the major tournament, it was obviously Adren just having, like, I don't know, every game was just the game of his life, it seemed like. He was so good at the major. It's very important that he's not the only, that they have to rely on him every single game to, you know, just have the best game of his life. That's too much to expect. This team, it still seems to be working even if they're not having that.
What is going on?
Just don't even know. I just don't even know.
I'm just a little at a loss there.
I think the oxygen here at the casino just got to Olofmeister's head, and he just thought, you know, I can feel it. I'm in the moment.
Yeah, that was inspired play. Maybe some misinformation given by his teammates in top mid.
Can you be high on oxygen? Because I think that may be the answer. That just looked incredibly insane. Crims, can he get the perfect lineup? They put up the smoke, so first kill he can see, the next is just all blind spray. And a good return from Mo here. Not quite sure what that was about. I mean, just seemed a bit too crazy.
Yeah, maybe, I mean, the only reason I can think that Olaf would do that is because they just misread the situation and thought that Gambit had gone for a half buy or something. Not fully bought up, and I guess you charge down, but then charging down, keeping the op instead of staying on your Tech9. Hey, it's just Olaf.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it's also if you really wanted to push aggressive, why not walk? Like, the fact that you're running just tells everyone, all right, someone's coming up.
That's got to be some misinformation. That's got to be somebody in mid or apartments calling, like, I heard footsteps or something, right? And so he's trying to go for the inspired play there. It didn't work out for him, and it ends up costing Fnatic big. You lose JW as a consequence of that kind of aggression at bottom banana. And Gambit just aren't going to give up on that kind of advantage. Okay, so let's see. What's the positioning here? Nobody's even in mid, so... So this is just Olaf just going for some mad play, and then Zeus point blanks him with the Tech9 to the face.
I'm absolutely stunned. Don't ever do that, please. Especially if you're on my team in matchmaking, please.
Hey, you know what? How?
It's a good grenade, but Flusher following up with the UMP double headshot there, taking down Hobbit and Adren both. That's not at all bad. 5 versus 3. Last round of the half here, and Fnatic desperately need it. Looks like they're going to get it. Crims pushing in as well to take down Stu. So finally something's working here for the Fnatic team. Very tough first half for them, but maybe they could stabilize it still.
If only JW could find a gun. Oh no, point blank with the USP. What perfect timing as well. He hears the scope. He gets in there. JW with the last kill of the half. 6-9. Definitely could have been 7-8 for Gambit, but it's going to be 9 rounds on the board for Gambit at the end of the first half. That's actually a pretty remarkable scoreline, so excellent T-side.
I think they did a really good job. They obviously kept the Fnatic economy really low at the beginning of that half. It was very hard for the Swedish team to make any kind of reasonable buy. But yeah, they also showed that they were well prepared, and Fnatic had some, I think, grave issues, especially over at that B-bomb side. You could tell they just didn't know how to hold top banana. And once they couldn't hold top banana anymore, they didn't really know how to hold the site either. So just none of those two things worked. And yeah, now I'm excited to see if Gambit know how to do it, because I think it's a real problem. It's I'm not saying that the map is made the wrong way. I'm just saying that no one has figured out how to do it yet, as far as we can tell.
Yeah, the timings.
And from what I watched and what I've run around on the map, that was one of my main concerns. The other one obviously being apartments, which no one's really managed to utilize as much as they can. Definitely not even close to how many wallbangs are possible up there.
Oh yeah, I think as far as the CT side though, it seems like word is kind of spreading where it's just you can't be in apartments. How many? We haven't seen anybody hold aggro bedroom or aggro. I mean, or even just aggro window, right? Balcony. Yeah. We haven't seen anything like that out of CT sides.
But the same logic applies the other way. If you let the T's in there, then they can get wallbanged from the A-bomb side instead. So it works both ways if you know how. Maybe no one does. Crims goes down. Zeus aggressive in the middle, but the refrag is there. Zeus going to take the fight. He doesn't care. Now they've lost the Dren as well. Not the best start for Gambit. If they lose this round, that could let Fnatic right back in the game. They're running the bomb back in T-spawn practically, and up second mid, maybe based on some information from JW here.
Who's found just an uncanny ability to hit the timing. Eventually gets the headshot on Hobbit, who just had the fright of his life. That is a clench moment if you're Hobbit. Doja and Zeus running around. Doja with the Zeus. Maybe he gets to use it, Anders.
I would love it. I don't think it's going to bring him out of this mess that he's got himself into. He's actually hiding in the corner. You might be right. It comes around. He actually gets it on Flusher. Just bends over backwards. Looks incredibly painful. I don't know. I mean, I guess in a way, we should all be glad that this is not how it works in the real world. But imagine a police force that does just use deadly tasers. They've just amped it up to 100,000 volts and 10 amps. Just immediate death when you get. I think it's.
I'ma get you.
It's supposed to be non-lethal force, right? That's the point of them.
Yeah, I know, right? But, then again, I guess this is one of those times where it's just video games. Video games. What's even more shocking, Anders, is that Fnatic won the CT pistol, and they've only got 7 rounds. They've won both pistols. 7 rounds on the board for Fnatic here on T side going into the second half, and now we have to see, because last time Gambit won the force buy in the second round. Yeah. So here we are in the 17th. Can Fnatic actually get the job done?
JW trying for the wallbang again, the paper-thin walls. Also the windows, whereas Crims is watching right now. We haven't really seen people try and shoot through those, but you can. You could shoot through that window with a Glock if you wanted to, so no issue at all. But I like the fact that Fnatic are checking all these corners like that. Why not take advantage?
This is, exactly. It's like players are just not used to having to deal with wallbangs anymore. That's, I think, the fun bit. That was a combo right there. Mo up close with flushes. Zeus with the CZ. The 1-2 combo in mid. Perfect timing on the peaks, and now Fnatic are down 2 players. Not again, Fnatic. You can't win the pistol and then lose the anti-eco twice on the same map.
Oh dear, oh dear. 38 seconds as well. They've got the rifles, but one more kill in favor of Gambit and things are going to go really bad. Smoke is up, and they're so close when the smoke goes down that not a lot of time for Gambit to make any kind of a rotation. Back through connector is, construction is where Doja's gone. Adren picks up a kill. Zeus finally goes down, and Adren just stays alive behind New Box here. Tries for a third one in, but he still did such a great job. At 14 seconds, Crims, he can't really fake it. He has to hold it in, and as soon as he does, charging through the smoke is Doja. He had no chance, really. Gambit steal the round away. 10-7 Fnatic, they are really playing this game on hard mode right now. For them to come back and win this map, it's going to be an uphill battle, isn't it?
Yeah, against all odds right now. This is silly. Again, losing in the second round of the half after winning the pistol. Kind of tells you why they only have 7 rounds. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Some style points there for Doja. But the anti-rush setup here for Gambit. Look at this. All of the nades to bottom banana. Had they run in there, Fnatic, they'd have just been completely and utterly shattered. Instead, it's Olfmeister and Flusha getting their bells rung. Still scary stuff. But I like it from Gambit. If Fnatic are going to go for a Hail Mary, perfect. You're not risking anything. That's the crazy thing about it. You can just throw those nades and you're safe if you're Gambit.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you have to say, why not do it? Because if you don't do it and then you lose to the takedown rush, you're going to feel really bad, right? So you might as well just do it. That's a mistake that we saw sort of when some of the pistol changes were made and the pistols became like very, very good. A lot of teams early on were saving their grenades against the pistols just because they thought, it's going to be fine, let's just save the $300. And then they lost rounds to it. So I much preferred teams just using all of their grenades. But the problem is now they actually have almost none left on the Gambit side. And that's not exactly encouraging. Zeus is holding close for once that smoke goes away. They're going to be coming through. Flashbang is pretty good, but not good enough to keep him blind forever. He still picks up a favorable trade here.
Definitely good enough, though. And this, Olfmeister, he finds the kill on Mo. That changes it. Doja not quick enough there to trade the kill. And now it's down to the rotation coming in from Adrian. He's going to be able to make it over from that B site. But Olf and Crims, they've got the advantage of positioning, and they have the grenades. A Molotov on Olfmeister, a flash as well.
Oh, now things get interesting. Where Crims is, you can shoot down and actually stop someone from defusing. You shoot through that window. If he stays alive up there now, does he know or not? That's a big question. Olaf has gone down. Crims trying to get the peek, and he doesn't really have to. Again, you can just spam that wall through. He gets the headshot on one, and now it's a one-on-one. Doja is down there. He's going to tap the bomb, try and force Crims out. He actually gets the drive-by shot, and Doja, he has to give it up. He can't do it any longer. Crim's going to win the 1 versus 2. Very good job on him. Triple kill as well. And Fnatic stay alive in this best of 1. He's even hunting Doja. The bomb going to take it with him, but still, that is just way too close. But a great job on Fnatic here, making it 8-10.
Yeah, that's Crim's trusting in what he's done 100 times in the past, right? Play from balcony. You know what to do. Just stay alive. You got the bomb planted for you. Textbook stuff. See, Anders, they aren't as shifty as you. You know, they aren't as twisted.
Yeah, I mean, on the other hand, I have to be honest, with like 14 health, if you try and spam that through and they just shoot back, you're also in a lot of trouble. So yeah, if you're Crims, you've got to think about whether or not that's really worth it. Grenade out, then Edren with the headshot as well. Gambit are just a tough team right now. Even with very little equipment, they're still inflicting heavy damage on Fnatic. Again, they've got the man lead, now a 2-man lead. Fnatic, they're never really getting up and running fully. They win a round, but then they get reset almost immediately.
Yeah, they get rocked in return. And well, it is kind of frustrating to watch. Just because it's not going according to plan at all, right? You're thinking that there's a system, or should be. Instead, it's just Fnatic kind of giving opening for Gambit. Now there's going to be the rotation coming in from the B side. That man is miles away, so they actually have to hold on as long as possible, and it is going to work out. Doja from short finds the kill on Dennis, and it's Crims alive, alone, going for the big hero spray.
Really trying. He's got the time, but he's boxed in here, and there's the Molotov. They're going to make his life a lot harder. Adren peeks behind it, and that's another round for Gambit Gaming. They save the AK, they save the UMP. And the money for Fnatic reset. This is horrible.
Haha, that's so sick. Look at that though. It's just, it doesn't get much more brutal than that.
Wow, he actually caught it.
Body blocked it. Unbelievable. But that's insane. I mean, the timing though, look at how, I mean, if you aren't Flusha, you're the guy in front of Flusha, right? You're past those HEs. So there is a window there for the T side to punish. Or just die in droves. Mo with the double spray on Crimson JW. Okay, then. This is another force buy from Fnatic. Have to be clear.
I like the rush into Arch. That's actually a pretty cool idea, but because they don't get the better trade and they've lost a lot of health on all of them, might not work out in the end. Flusha, the last one, up in apartments, having a look around, see if he could find anyone.
Trying to make the old Fnatic work. Let's just YOLO rush everywhere and take the duels. Flusha finds the spray on Hobbit, but he takes way too much damage in the process, and so now the odds, they're pretty steep against him.
I mean, the thing that works against that philosophy for that Fnatic team is that even though it hasn't really been that much time since this team actually worked and were like the best in the world and just had the most amazing run, the average skill of like all of the, should we say, not the top tier players on each team, but just like the middle of the pack players and all the other teams has gone up, quite a bit. There are some of these fights that I think Fnatic are going to have a harder time winning that they did in the past. Sponge was skeptical about this team winning as well. Just didn't seem like he was completely convinced, but it's still fairly early days. It's still best of ones. I wouldn't judge this team just based on these best of one games, but certainly they're having a hard time against Gambit.
Yeah, they're struggling right now versus the system that Zeus has set up, and we were questioning whether Zeus would have the firepower as well. To be like, you can have the system, but if you're lacking the firepower, it's going to be very difficult to get it up and running. And here right now, I mean, Gambit are using all these little edges. They've got all of these HEs figured out. On CT side, on T side, they've clearly got the timings down to actually put those to the best use. And even then in the duels, they're actually managing to go toe-to-toe. So this is fantastic.
Yeah, but think about even how much that says about the Counter-Strike scene that's happened, because there was definitely a time where if you didn't have essentially the Na'Vi roster in the CIS region, you wouldn't have had enough firepower to beat Fnatic. Like, just that was it. Like, you needed those players. Outside of that team, you had like the odd player here and there, but you could never sort of like make a full team that really worked. Right. In that sense. Now, I mean, even without that, they have some really strong players that are making this work. 19 kills right now on Doja, 16 on Zeus, and then 15, 15, 14. This whole team is just working so well right now. 3 rounds away from taking out Fnatic here. First time playing Inferno for both these teams at a big tournament. The rework model anyway. Yeah, I've studied those plants as well, the pots, and for some reason at some angles you can't shoot them. And then when you finally do, they fly all over the place. They're like very dramatic.
Dramatic plants?
Yeah, I don't know why. I've spent a lot of time looking at it. Trying to figure out why that is.
So this is what you're spending your time on, 30 hours.
Yeah.
Studying the potted plants.
I did it. No, I'll tell you why I did, because I wanted to find out if you could shoot them. Some of them are at corners.
Right.
I want to find out if you could shoot it and have it fly out and be like a fake flash. If you could sort of accurately predict the angle of it, but it's really hard to do. But I tried. I tried my very best.
About like a God mode angle. If you're boosting somebody up there behind the potted plant and you just can't shoot the potted plant, is whatever's behind the potted plant getting shot as well, or is there like some kind of God angle there that you could actually be invincible in?
I have tested this, and no. You will get shot behind it.
Okay.
But there are other ways to use plants in this map that I won't reveal just yet. But there are other tricks you can do with the potted plants. So keep that in mind. Dennis and JW will both go down. Olaf will get a kill return on Doja, but it's not quite enough right now. Gambit, they are making this work in spite of some pretty heavily stacked odds. Again, everyone thought Fnatic were going to be able to take this away. The two of us included. Right now, Gambit is proving everybody wrong. Olaf and Flusher are left here. 2 versus 4. Can they hold on to this site? Stop the defuse from coming in.
They certainly have everything going their way. Although there are 2 kits in play, there's still a flash on Zeus. Crossfire is established here from Fnatic, however. And so they've been spotted. Now it's Olafmeister rotating back. He needs to win this duel, and he will take down Mo, but he loses Flush in the meantime to Zeus. And Zeus with both kills in the retake. Excellent work. No time wasted from Gambit. A very efficient retake. Everybody moving in as a unit. They had 1 man on an extremity towards construction, but then the 3-man death squad just moves straight up onto the side. I really like that from Gambit. A great call on the snap decision as well. Like on the fly call as to how you want to get that retake going. I like it.
14-8, and the 23rd round coming into it here. It's just looking great for the Gambit team. And again, you pointed this out. Fnatic, they managed to win both the pistol rounds, and both times they got reset right afterwards. Like, Gambit just have everything going their way at the moment.
Yeah, there's a clear... I mean, this is real... What is this? Mo just completely blanking out, not spotting Flusha there. That's a free kill. Adrian hoping to get lucky through the smoke, but it's not going to happen towards Banana. But Gambit really do seem to have just more depth on the map. The preparation is there from Gambit. It's just unfortunate that this round Mo just happens to be blind.
Yeah, he just wasn't expecting that mentally. You could sort of tell that he wasn't ready. Su's going to make sure no one steals the AWP. That's pretty smart. Falling all the way back. And actually, even better, he can take a shot there and swap out for the M4 and continue to shoot. So, not all bad. Looks like it's going to be a pop flash or maybe just a grenade, actually. The smoke block off archway. I can leave a huge gap there, so definitely not that well thought out. And Su's going to take advantage. Swaps out for the AK-47. Can he get the next kill in line here? 40 seconds left in a 4-on-4. Fnatic, if they want any chance of a comeback, now is the time. They are really near the end here.
That's where you see the difference. Why is that smoke imperfect? Why is it a missed smoke when it looked like it was a setup one? Dennis will find one, but Zeus is there instantly to trade. Good teamwork there from Gambit to work that out. But still, this is going to be difficult for Doja. Although, as I say that, he murders 2 people. No, not going to. Yes, he does get the second and the third. Doja, what a monster. Holds onto that B side, makes it look easy. And there's match point for Gambit, 15-8.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of really good questions that are left unanswered here. Why did the smoke not work over at Archway? Why is there no smoke here for Doja's position so that it forces him out, or even a flashbang or anything? We don't know. 15-8 is the scoreline here, and we'll see if Fnatic can find more rounds. It's looking really rough, and their equipment's not really there for it. Su's going to pick up the first kill there on Olofmeister. 4 versus 5, and Gambit, what a team.
Yeah, this is sexy stuff. Mo with the wallbang shot on JW does not miss. And he's even willing to go for more. All right, Mo, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but I guess it doesn't matter. He's going to win the duel versus Dennis. Hunting still. He's going to get caught, though, but that sets it up for Zeus to get the flank.
And there it is, Hobbit getting the last kill of the map. It's 16-8 in favor of Gambit Gaming. Terrific form coming into this tournament, it seems. Definitely well prepared. They did their homework. Top fragging at the end of it is Zeus and Doja, both with 22 kills. Just absolutely impressive, absolutely well done. And just, again, more evidence that you can't underestimate this team. Ever since the Major and through that tournament, I feel like they proved that they really are an impressive team and that they've got what it takes.
I mean, yes, not to burst your bubble, though, Anders, but, like, yes, and then it just seems to me like Fnatic, I was expecting more from them, like some kind of preparation, something going into this map, but it looked like they were trying to rely on what worked in the past, and so much has changed since then, and these guys just don't have that individual level.
Yeah, but I think that's a predictable and somewhat almost classic mistake